I just watched Supergirl, the brand new DCU movie, and I know there are mixed reviews of the movie right now, but I'm gonna tell you today why the movie is actually awesome and why you should go watch it because it is actually a good movie. There are just many haters out there. This is a spoiler free review, however. Also, let me know in the comments if you watched Supergirl or not, and if you are going to, I guess. And what did you think of the movie? Now, in Supergirl, we follow Kara Zor-El, played by Millie Alcock. She helps a young girl named Ruthie Mary Knoll to track down a man that killed her entire family. This man is Krem of the Yellow Hills. Kara and Ruthie travel the galaxy to find him and bring him to justice. And it's an emotional journey. Now, the movie is based on the comic Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which I have right here. I have read it earlier this year and I really did like the story and the book, and it's just very colorful, as you can see. And you can tell many things that are adapted from this comic to the big screen. But there are also a bunch of things that they changed or added that are totally new, which I don't mind because that means that there are original things happening in this story. But I think some people don't get that. They want it to be the exact same story as in the comic. Now, I will tell you that there are some things that are better in the comics than in the movie, but I will get into that later. Supergirl, like I said, is played by Millie Alcock. You might know her from House of the Dragon, where she played a Targaryen princess named Rhaenyra. She is perfect for the role as Supergirl and really brings out the personality. We of course already saw her at the end of Superman, who also is in this movie. And Supergirl has this very emotional backstory that they show throughout the entire movie. It's where she grew up on Krypton, or another part of it, and then slowly people were dying over there, and she was also sent out, just like Clark, to be going to Earth. And Millie's acting in all these scenes is very good. It's great. There's good emotional scenes in this. She's funny, but also confident in everything that she does. And never in this movie do they say something like, "Oh, it's girl power," or "No, I can't do it because I'm a girl," which is great that they don't do that because it will become very cliche if movies do have those scenes. Her suit is also very beautiful, and I'm glad we got to see more of Krypton, like I said. Overall, her character is just great, and I can't wait to see more because she will be in Man of Tomorrow next year. Now, she travels with Ruthie Mary Knoll, the girl that lost her family and is looking for a strong warrior who can help her on this journey. She is played by Eve Ridley, who is only 14 years old, and this is her very first movie ever. She did an amazing job. Now, in the comic book, Ruthie tells the story of Supergirl. She's the narrator, and I heard that some people are disappointed that that's not the case here, but I think it wouldn't have worked if you call the movie Supergirl and then your actual main character is not Supergirl. Like in a comic, that still works, but in a movie, it's a different audience that goes to the movies, you know? But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and it would have actually worked and it would have been a very original idea. She is a badass character though, and she got some balls. The way she talks to the bad guys and what she does to them, I would never do that. And I also wonder if we're ever gonna see her again because Ruthie is originally made for this story, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and I don't think has appeared in another comic after that. So I wonder if her story goes on after this movie and where she will end up. But I do hope we will see her again. Now, Lobo is also in this movie. He is played by Jason Momoa. Yes, he is the most perfect casting in casting history. He, of course, played Aquaman in the DCEU, but you can forget about all these movies because they don't matter anymore. He also is or was part of the franchise Game of Thrones as Khal Drogo, but he and Millie never met there because they are from different shows. Now, Jason Momoa really portrays this character well. He is such a badass. Lobo isn't part of this comic book, but he fits into the story very nice. He's just on a side mission to collect a bounty on one of the brigands, so he helps out Ruthie and Kara Zor-El. His costume, hair, and makeup really bring out the character, you know, brings it to life. And he's probably also the funniest character in the movie. Which also brings me to the villain of this movie, who is Krem of the Yellow Hills, played by Matthias Schoenaerts. He was born like 45 minutes away from my home and also still lives very close by. He is a maniac killer, the character, not the actor, and he's very brutal. Of course, early on in the movie, he kills the parents of Ruthie, which you can expect, and he does something else that I won't spoil for the people that didn't read this comic. But halfway through the movie, I was thinking to myself, In Superman, they made Lex Luthor kill Malik Ali, a character which made you really hate Lex because he shot him. But then Krem does something in this movie, and I was like, oh, they're really doing it like that. He kills someone that I didn't think they would show. I won't tell you what it is, but when you will watch the movie, you will get it, and you know what I'm talking about. Now, I do think that when we get more DCU content, Krem will be one of the more forgettable villains. But for what he does and who he portrayed, I think it's good. Of course, there are other DC villains that are way more iconic that we're going to get. So it's not really a fair fight, but I still think that he does a good job to be a villain. And he's just a villain who you love to hate, and he does a very good job at that. And also, it was kind of funny. The action in this movie is different. Some of it is happening off screen, especially in the beginning of the movie, but the final battle has some nice moments though. Also, I like the practical effects for some of the aliens and the sets, of course. You can tell some blue or green screens while characters are flying, but it's okay. And the end battle does feel very gray, which brings me back to the comic book. I mean, if you look at this, these comic pages are very colorful, very beautiful. And the movie lacks in this. They do use the sun like nicely in some shots, but I do think they could have bumped up these colors. It would have been perfect for me because look what I did in like 30 seconds and it already looks better this way. If they did this throughout the whole movie, it would have been perfect. And also, there are alien planets. They don't have to be gray. You can go crazy with colors there. So I do think it lacks in these points. Now, for people that hate it because it doesn't copy the comic perfectly one to one, if you want it to be the comic, then just read the comic. The movie is good. Yes, it has flaws, but it also has heart and emotion and humor, just like the comic book does. So I do think that it's a good movie still. Now, this is something new that I want to try. It's what my girlfriend thought of the movie. She isn't into comics like me, but with this new DCU universe, she can finally watch a cinematic universe from the beginning. She really liked Superman and also Supergirl, so she loves that her super suit isn't revealing like some other female superheroes, which I also agree. And she just thinks that the movie is funny. Her favorite character was Lobo, and she found Ruthie very annoying. So, to all the girlfriends out there, it's safe to watch this movie. You will like it. Now, I am a DC fan and I collect physical media, but with the DCU, I want to collect the movies as steelbooks. I already have Superman right here. It's a very beautiful one. And I cannot wait until Supergirl comes out on this steelbook version. I can't wait to see what it looks like. Sadly, shows don't always get steelbooks, so Creature Commandos and Peacemaker Season 2, they will not be in the collection, but I do hope that every DCU movie will get these, and also that the DCU will go on longer than the DCEU. I gave the movie 4.5 stars. Maybe it will change in the future if I watch it again to go to 4, or I don't think it will go to 5 because I do know that it has some flaws. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but with minor flaws, I can look through it and I really don't hate it. And the movie will go to the third spot of movies this year for me. I just like fun. And I was really looking forward to this movie this year. So I will make a video in the future where I rank all these characters from the DCU in a tier list, but I will need some better HD pictures of some of these characters from the Supergirl movie, but look out for that. Why don't you like and maybe even subscribe if you liked the video, and then I will be seeing you all next time. Oh, and why didn't I talk about crypto? Well, he
There's a starman waiting in the sky.